traditionally, you go to a performance, the performers know what's going to happen. The audience may know very little. So you're kind of going there sort of this expectation of having something be revealed to you. There's this relationship with knowing that's in a way unbalanced. So what happens when that balance is equalized and there's a sense of knowing that's more exploded. So the audience knows something, we know something, and we all equally don't know something. I feel like when we first go see something, maybe it's a painting, we're like, painting, Picasso, Cubism, and your brain's just going through all the classifications of what this means, how big it is, what it's made out of, what museum you're in. It's just classifying it. It's going, and a lot of times we stop there. But sometimes I feel like if you stop, okay, you've classified it. Now stand in front of it for another 20 minutes. You zone out. And when you come back in and you put your eyes on it, you see something you didn't expect. So that's what I hope for the work. If I have any hope for it, it's that people give themselves the time to just sort of like drop out and then come back in and see it. As soon as I walked into the townhouse, not even knowing what the townhouse was, I was just looking at it as a building. I walked in and I said, this is the people to come. There is what we call the archive. And in the archive is banks of computers, which you can browse materials that people have already made, and you can also do them right there. There's paper and pen, there's the computer itself, you can type things in. There is a photo booth and a video booth that you can take photographs and videos of yourself, and then those get uploaded onto the site. Then there is the performance area. The performance area is divided into two sections. There's a rehearsal stage, or what we call the rehearsal stage, where the performer is basically tasked to come up with a new dance in 19 minutes with this material that he has picked from the material that the audience has created. The only rule and the primary rule is that he must try as much as possible to speak into a microphone his thought process. Then they directly go from there onto what we call the performance stage, where he has to attempt to perform what he has just put together. So I think the dancers are tasked with doing something that's really incredibly difficult, and to me it's amazing watching them navigate it. We don't really know how that 19-minute dance is going to happen. We don't know. And I wanted the music in some way to do the same thing.
My name is Stephan Moore, and I am the composer for The People to Come. This kind of audience participation tries to get the audience to help us decide how the show is going to go and give them a lot of agency.
The audience had to have some control over sound and maybe know what the sound was going to be before the performers knew what the sound was going to be.
The way the music works is not identical to how the rest of the material, the dance, is working, but it bears a strong relationship.
We're really, really fortunate that Vermont Performance Lab put this together, and with Professor Matan at Marlborough College and musicians that live in the area, we were able to get, I think it's 12 people to come together to create these scores with Stephan. VPL for me is a great lab residency. When I started thinking about this piece, The People to Come, it was so clear to me that it was going to be engaging the audience in a way that I had never done before. I was like, if I'm going to do this kind of outreach, I really need to be speaking with someone who's done this, who's had some experience with this.
The whole vibe here has been nothing but so positive and so supportive, and they really, I think they take pride in thinking of everything before it happens and providing for every possible situation. This piece makes all kinds of strange demands on everyone, and I think probably most of all on the presenter. And Sarah's willingness to roll with whatever strange request we make and just be so accommodating and so resourceful in figuring all that out has been, it's been just a real pleasure.